this channel happens to be based in Oregon, in the USA. And that's fun because so does Arcimoto, the company behind these fun, funky three-wheelers. You can now get an Arcimoto FUV with a lovely rail and roof, or you can get the Arcimoto Roadster, which is more motorcycle inspired for those who like open air fun. Then there are a whole load of other utility focused Arcimotos, including a fire truck, a pickup truck, and even a camera vehicle. But today we are here in Eugene, Oregon, where Arcimoto is based, to see it open up its second production facility, the Ramp. We're here to chat to some of the folks at Arcimoto and get a tour of the production facility. Let's get on with it. So we're back down in Eugene, where we are at a brand new facility for Arcimotos. Mark, great to see you again.
Great to see you too.
The CEO of Arcimoto.
Thanks so much for making the trip down.
First of all, the most important thing of today, the most important announcement, you are now an
uncle. I'm an uncle.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
But you know what? It's a really important start, right? For a company that is working towards accelerating our transition to sustainable solutions for transportation, to focus on the next generation. And one of the things you touched base on in your presentation today was how some companies are choosing to approach sustainability by making massive 9,000 pound Hummers, and the carbon footprint disparity between kind of the goal of going all electric versus making a massive vehicle.
Yeah, it's insane. I mean, I think the numbers I was reading suggested it was like going to be like 47 miles per gallon equivalent. And sure, it's electric, but to call that a sustainable solution, I think is a real stretch.
Now, we are at a brand new facility that you said you took over last quarter, which
yes.
To be here
this is a dank, dirty warehouse a couple of months ago.
Right. And this is where Arcimoto is now going to be basing all of its future manufacturing.
Well, we're actually keeping our existing facility as well. That will be, sort of some sub-assemblies, likely battery manufacturing will move over there. But this is going to be the bulk of our manufacturing operation. I mean, this is one half of the main building. The other half is future expansion.
So lots of people, I'm going to ask you about the battery pack, because lots of people say, why doesn't the FUV rapid charge? Is that something this new battery pack
it's actually not possible? It's not a function of the battery, it's a function of the electronics.
Right.
And as we look down the road to that 1.x next step, there will be different charging options is one of the things that's on the drawing board.
Great. And also working with local communities. You talked about firefighters locally and the ability to use FUVs in various guises to help fight the forest fires. We're here in the Pacific Northwest. I think we have more trees than most of America put together.
Yeah, we'd like to keep it that way.
And we'd like to keep it that way. Yep. And so you've been working with local firefighters to test out new ways of fighting fires. You've got a prototype vehicle here.
And this is a program we're going to talk about in a lot more detail in the coming months, but it's a multi-company effort. Thermal imaging, drones, some very large format vehicles, and then Arcimoto's, very rapid response vehicles to get there and be sort of first on the scene. And the hope is that we will actually have, because wildfires are getting much more frequent and much worse, much more intense. And so the key is being able to get there fast and put it out before it becomes a real conflagration.
Where would you like to see the company be in 5-10 years' time?
What we're really doing here is building the template for mass production. The right thing to build, the right platform, the right products, and then the pattern to put all those products together, the factory. So in 5 years' time, I would love to see many ramps around the country and around the world, churning out Arcimoto platform products, platform 1, platform 2, to solve local mobility everywhere.
And you're doing something that's very different as well to a lot of companies. You're not saying this is our platform, nobody else can have it. In fact, you're doing the opposite. You're talking about giving access to academic institutions, to schools, to engineering teams.
I mean, the reality is Arcimoto is a profoundly mission-driven company.
Right.
We exist for the purpose of driving the shift to a sustainable transportation system. And so our decision-making process is that, at the end of the day, that's the lens that we look at everything through. I think that there are real advantages to having brilliant researchers and graduate students and mechanical engineers in college using our platform as a test bed. I can see like a competitive reason for doing it, but at the end of the day, the reason is to accelerate the shift.
And talking of bicycles, we cannot not talk about the mean, lean machine.
Oh.
Now, you acquired the Tilting Motorworks last year.
Yep.
And you've just unveiled effectively a functional engineering prototype of a brand new leaning electric bicycle with 3 motors, no chain, no nothing. Tell me very quickly about the journey to that.
Well, honestly, this was one of those crazy bolts from the blue where I was sitting in my living room. This is early pandemic time. And I saw this bearded hippie riding by on a recumbent bike going way too fast. And I was like, that guy is having way too much fun. And the first thought in my head was, I haven't talked to Bob Mile in a long time. I got to call Bob. And I called Bob and I said, Bob, would your approach work for an e-bike class product? And he said, well, we're not focused on that. We're focused on big motorcycles, but it would definitely work. I said, well, let's do that. That's our collaboration nexus. And it was a question of, how can we really sort of rethink all the things that might be barriers to a bicycle.
Yeah.
Stability, if you lose traction, you can slide out and eat it. The chain for me has always been, sort of, I got grease on my leg or my chain broke, or, and even having, single-sided arms on all of the wheels means you don't have to take a wheel off to change a tire. It's those are little convenience things, and then got a whole bunch more really cool stuff we're going to talk about later. But it's even as it is now, I love it. To me, it's one of those things. It's like it was so on mission. It had the potential to deliver. I thought really a fantastic ride, and so we went for it.
Thank you very much. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And may we see many, many more awesome things from Arcimoto.
Right, well, stay tuned.
So there you have it, the tour of Arcimoto's second production facility, the ramp. I know that Mark Froynmeyer is hopeful that we're going to see many more ramps around the world, and we'd like to see them too. A special thanks on behalf of the entire TE crew go out to the folk on my right for being our $15 to $49 a month supporters. A special thanks to our $50 a month supporters. They are Chris Maxwell, Bennett Elder, Brian Newton, Dave Kitchen, Michael Goad, Ricky Leon, Andrew Martin, Guido Drahota, Brophy Wolf, Hazlitt in the Gong, Gordon C, Stephen O'Donoghue, Carl Hodgson, Anthony Coates, Regine Fallows, Rory Litwin, Anonymous Freak, Jim Burnis, Zachary Courtney, and Denny Hyde, and our deepest gratitude to our $100 a month Patreon supporters. They are Marcel Ward, Reggie Watts, Joe Bresney, JP Fagerback, Will Graylin, Matthew Drobnak, John Lyons, Christopher Lee Jones, Laura Reynolds, Paul Conway, Ellery Hennesley, and Ian. It has been a really fun trip here. I hope you have enjoyed the video, and if you have, maybe you'll consider supporting us through Patreon, Bitcoin, Ko-fi, or our brand new YouTube membership. All the links, they are below. We'll be back with more great content, but until then, thanks for joining me, and as always, keep evolving.